Hey, this is director, producer Alan Wills, and I am on Positive Power 21 with Jerry Royce Live. And when I'm online, I listen to Jerry Royce Live at www.spreaker.com/positivepower21.org. Y'all heard?
Listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
Hi, if you're struggling with your relationship or you just can't seem to find the right one, author Gerald Manuel has written an enlightening new book entitled How to Identify Your Spiritual Soulmate. You may order a copy today from Amazon.com or at BarnesandNoble.com. This book is sure to answer many of the questions you may have. Thank you, and God bless you.
Good evening, everybody. This is Tina Hobson, author of Oh, How He Loves Me, Reflections of God's Love for Me and for You, and you are listening to Jerry Royce Live.
You are listening to PositivePower21.org with Jerry Royce.
What up? It's your boy Kano Kingston.
Hi, this is Angel Sessions.
Hey, this is Cotton. Hi, I'm Teresa Powell.
Hi, Jerry. This is Ira Sandro Carter.
Hi, this is Phil Powers.
Hello, this is Teresa Bobby with Jerry Royce Live.
Hi, I'm Philip Barron. I'm live on the Jerry Royce Show.
Hey, what it do? It's your boy Houston Saint.
Peace, this is Dahlia the poet, spoken word artist.
Hello, this is Lamar Marquise with Jerry Royce Live.
All right, everyone. You got Robin Lynn, and I'm keeping it live right now on Jerry Royce Live.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's up? This is a award-winning podcast with the greatest podcast on earth. Thank you for stopping by. I'm your host, Jerry Royce Live Worldwide on Internet Radio, where you get your positive on. So when it's all positive, it's all power. That's positive power. This is a worldwide podcast for growth, wealth, and success. Thank you.
Think you know how drugs get in those little brown bottles? Think again. Set in the green hills of western New Jersey, inside the gilded halls of power of a U.S. pharmaceutical company where decisions are worth billions of dollars and human lives worth less. Nicholas Harding, a young executive at Marshall Pharmaceutical, finds his career, family, and life in jeopardy. The Farmhouse, a suspense thriller novel by Bill Powers, published by Donna Inc. Publications, available at Amazon.com or DonnaInc.org. Go to Bill's webpage at www.authorBillPowers.com.
Are you looking for the next great read? A book filled with love, passion, betrayal, and intrigue. The award-winning novel, Season of Change, by Tamika Patrice Kane, is sure to satisfy your literary sweet tooth. Check out this must-read book reviewers are calling uplifting and emotional. And exceptionally great read, deeply intense and thought-provoking. Order your copy today, available in paperback and ebook on Amazon.com or at www.tamikapatrice.com.
Are you an author looking for promotional services or a reader looking for a great read at low prices? In this competitive world of books, Writing Royalty Promotions is dedicated to bringing authors and readers together to build a greater respect for literature through our various promotional services and online bookstore. So head over to writingroyaltypromotions.com and check us out.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to PositivePower21.org. Can you feel the power? Can you feel the power of 21? Our path is professionalism, perseverance, and prosperity. I am Jerry Royce Live. I am blessed, and I am worldwide. You are listening to episode 359. That's right, 359 tonight with Tina Hobson, author of Oh How He Loves Me, reflection of God's love for me and you. That's right, she's straight out of Cleveland, Ohio. But before we bring her on, we got to hear a message. That's right, from our sponsor. That's right, my man Reese World Publishing. Check them out, y'all. Reese World Publishing. My bad, we're going to do James Deshay. I forgot about James. Don't forget about James on Saturdays. That's right, on Blog Talk Radio, jamesdeshay.com.
Are you looking for a great book of poetry that is romantic, heartfelt, and full of male emotion? Then get Thoughts, Love, and Reflections by James K. Deshay. That's Deshay. Go to www.jamesdeshay.com. You will enjoy Thoughts, Love, and Reflections.
This is Angel Sessions, and when I'm in town, I listen to Jerry Royce Live, PositivePower21.org. where they play my favorite music.
All right, Angel's coming, y'all, June 18th with Southern Comfort. We're going to get a chance to listen a little bit. Don't Let Go, her latest release. She's so awesome. She shows you how to do it on Facebook, how to become #1 on Amazon for weeks and weeks and weeks. And she's with United Artists, that's right.com, with Kelly Lee. So if you need some representation, you need to be broadcasted, check them out. They look for artists all the time, independents only. All right, we back to Tina Hobson. That's right, international best-selling author Tina A. Hobson speaks publicly and advocates for women's rights, including prevention of drug abuse and domestic violence. Tina believes that her deliverance from alcohol and drugs is the greatest asset she has to offer the world. Tina is presently the hostess of I Am a Superwoman Radio, a licensed social worker and CEO of Tina's Glory Hair, LLC. Tina is also an officer with Toastmasters International. Tina believes that with hard work, tenacity, but most of all, having faith in the provider of all things are possible. All things are possible. Ladies and gentlemen, she's on Facebook, I Am Superwoman 2. She's on Twitter. She's on Skype, I Am Superwoman 2. I bring to you from Blog Talk Radio / I Am Superwoman 2, Tina Hobson. Welcome to Positive Power. How you doing, Tina?
Well, Jerry, thank you for that wonderful introduction. I am excited about being on Jerry Royce Live. I've heard so much about you, so this is an honor. Thank you for the opportunity.
See, now, I didn't get a chance to read your bio because I said, it's only a paragraph, and then I looked down here, I see Officer of Toastmasters. And then I had the nerve to even mess with the word publicly because I always have problems with that word. It got stuck because I ain't had no chapstick down here. Man, so you're officer of Toastmasters. I'm impressed. I am impressed.
Well, thank you. You know, I believe that, you know, when you're working in this field, you have to hone your talents and be educated and learn as much as you can about this field and how to present yourself. So that's what brought me into Toastmasters, and I'm happy that I did that.
Yeah, I hear you out there, too. I heard you on Curry Hines, you know, because I love listening to Curry Hines. He cracks me up. That dude, he's good. Yeah,
that's
boy, he can broadcast. My bad, he's back. Yeah, he's back, boy. He was so excited when he came on Jerry Royce Live. So yeah, he's going to be back. He broadcasting 3 hours a day. Woo, that's some work.
Woo. That's what I'm talking about.
5 days a week. And look, Tina, I started getting lazy. As much as I love podcasting, broadcasting, radio cast, whatever you want to call it, I said I need to take a little bit of time. But first I just said the weekends. Then I made it Friday. Now I'm making it kind of Monday, like half days on Monday. You know. Of course, I only work 2 hours a night, and I have the nerve. And then I had the nerve to pick up other podcasters to pick up some other slots during the week. And then they told me, "Oh, Jerry, I think I just want to do every other week." I was like, "You sure?"
Because now you got to fill in, okay?
Yeah, it's just sometimes you just want to sit back behind the scene and see the fruits of your labor. That's what you want to do.
Absolutely, it feels good. But when you get behind that mic, though, it's something that excites me about that mic. It's just like, okay, I can be tired all day long because I'm running, ripping, running, and as soon as 9 o'clock hits, this surge of energy just enters my body, and I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh,
but
especially when you
Tina,
got some good guests.
I think I'm kind of built kind of different, I guess because, I've been in a leadership development program for almost 2.5 years, and you learn, when you read those books, they teach you, different skills to use as an effective servant leader. And one of them that I picked up is like how to become the person you talking to, who you're dealing with, how to bring them down, like if they out there too much. And sometimes I kind of, depending on who the guest, I could be that guest. And if you mellow out on me, I'm going to mellow out. Especially if you read some poetry and, then I throw some, some music on it, I'm gone. I'm ready to, I'm pretty much tranquil. I can't even speak.
You done.
I'm done. It's like I took a sleeping pill. But I'm glad, because I as much as I love having Deshawn on here and the way she had that fire, she was mellowing me out because she had that artist type, like I'm a jazz musician type feel, And,
that laying back on the beach type of voice and demeanor. Oh, yeah. That'll take you out.
Cool.
That'll take you out.
She was so cool. I was like, oh, my God. No. Especially yesterday I had Sabrina Brown, and, you're talking about somebody who's wonderful, girl from South Carolina, dealing with congested heart failure, something like that. And she loses her breath. But I couldn't tell. She was strong, and she has so much energy, so much excitement. We just love having her. I said, I got to make her part of Positive Power. Sometimes you just got to do that, You got to do what you got to do. And look, maybe she can take an hour off my workload. We be working hard. We grinding. Oh,
I know.
All right.
I know.
And I know you work. You're the hardest working lady. So that's why you put an S on your chest, because you Superwoman too.
Child, I'm here, there, and everywhere. I need to be cloned. I really do, because some days I look back and I'm like, how did I do that? When I start writing down, I write down what I'm going to do for the day or what I plan to do. But when I come back and write down what I've actually done, I'm like, and the day's not even over yet. And you still got time, and you've done all of this. It's amazing. It's amazing, the energy that God can give you.
I know. You're doing your thing, though. I hear you. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about what's in your bio. But first question, I told you there's only one script question. And the first one is, who is Tina A. Hobson, a.k.a. I Am Superwoman 2?
Okay, well, you're a man after my own heart. My show is not scripted. It's straight off the cuff from the heart. What comes out is what comes out. So I appreciate that. And, I appreciate the opportunity to be on Jerry Royce Live. Like I said, I've heard a lot about you. Carrie Hines talked about you. We talk on a regular basis, and I'm just happy to be here tonight. And about Tina A. Hobson. Woo! Yeah. It's a lot. And I, first of all, need to say I'm grateful to God. I give him all the honor and all the glory for have brought me such a mighty, mighty long way. I've got a new motto. It's never too late to be great. I wrote, co-authored my first book with Charlotte Howard at the age of 61. And my second book actually came, my first solo book, How He Loves Me, Reflections of God's Love for Me and for You, came out on my birthday of this year when I turned 62. Awesome. And it's amazing. It's amazing to have the energy to to have that get up and go to just make it happen on a daily basis.
That's right.
I'm grateful. Right. I'm truly, truly grateful, Jerry. I am, like my bio said, I'm a licensed social worker. I've been in the field of social work even before I was licensed as a result of gratitude and wanting to give back after God had gave me a new chance, another chance, probably a millionth chance at life. After being delivered from drugs and alcohol, I went into that field, and loving it so much, I went back to school and finished got my GED, bypassed my associate, went right into getting my bachelor's degree from Capital University, and then becoming a licensed social worker. Today I work strictly, well, it's primarily, not strictly, but primarily with those with mental health issues, bipolar, major depression, schizophrenia, mental health issues of that sort, which is so very, very rewarding. Having a background, a personal background of being diagnosed with major depression, me and my clients, we get along real well because we understand each other. People ask, well, how do you do that? You know, how do you work with, they kind of label them, those people. I said, I'm one of those people, okay? So when you talk about them, you're talking about me. But my life is a living testimony that God can do anything with anybody, anybody. And Jerry, that's what my book is all about, Oh, How He Loves Me, Reflections of God's Love for Me and for You. In this book, I express how God is helping and has helped me and can help you in your darkest hour, when you think that you just can't go any farther, when you're just so tired, you're ready to give up. And I was ready a lot of times to just say, the heck with it. I can't do this no more. Being in the throes of drugs and alcohol, heroin, crack cocaine, marijuana, alcohol, pills, acid. People used to ask me, well, what's your drug of choice? My response was, what you got? Okay.
What's on sale?
What you got? Or what can I get my hand on? That's my choice. That's my drug of choice at that time. The book also talks about how God will change your plans. He'll change your plans before you wreck yourself. That saying used to be, check yourself before you wreck yourself. But God will check you. God will check you. When you truly belong to Him, He's not going to let nothing happen to you. When He's got a plan and a purpose for your life, He'll flip the script in a minute. He will flip it. He'll turn it around. He'll turn you inside out. You turn around. I turned around one day, Jerry. I didn't even recognize myself. I'm like, who are you? I was a new creation for real, a totally new creation. And it took a while for me to get to know who this new Tina A. Hobson was. I mean, it took years, in fact, to actually realize what God had done, how strong of a force He had always been in my life, and how He had a purpose for me. And that was the reason I didn't succumb to suicide attempts.
Yeah,
okay?
That can either happen.
I had a couple. I tried it. But
I got to ask you this, though. So how long were you on drugs before you were delivered, or you had tried to rebound a couple of times and just slip back? Because I know that happens. I hear that story quite often.
You know what? I never relapsed. I had a 24-year history of using. And while I was using, it wasn't, just right off the rip, I'm addicted. It was a process, wanting to get in where I fit in, peer pressure. And it wasn't always peer pressure. I wasn't always the follower. I wasn't always I was a lot of times the leader, okay? I couldn't always blame somebody else for who I had became, because deep down inside, I had a mind of my own. I just made some messed up choices.
So when did this all
really
begin?
Messed up choices.
So where did your problem with drugs start? Was it in high school? Was it from partying? The era that she was from?
It came as a result of, and looking back, and this book allowed me to reflect back. This book was really therapy for me because it allowed me to heal in some areas that I hadn't healed from yet. And I can remember it was February of 1966. My aunt that raised me, Aunt Faith, my best friend, my very best friend in the whole wide world, she died. I was 12 years old. I had no clue, especially in those days, children were still seen and not heard. Okay, it's not like today. You hear them everywhere, But I was raised to be seen and not heard. And so my best friend, she died. I had completely no understanding, none. How dare you leave me? How could you do this to me? And I couldn't express to anybody how I felt. Nobody asked me. I didn't tell anybody. I'm stuffing these feelings deep down inside of me. I'm mad at her, and I got mad at God. I made a conscious decision, and it was a verbal conscious decision that, okay, I don't have nobody who really loves me, even though there were other people around. My mom was in my life, my grandmother, my uncle, they were there, but she was my best friend. And I told God, I said, oh, okay, it's like that, huh? Nobody loves me. You don't love me because if you did, you wouldn't have taken her from me. So from this point on, I'm going to run my own life. I had been raised in the church. I knew God. I loved God. I had been baptized. I was filled, but I was angry. And I didn't know what to do with that anger. So I turned to boys. I turned to cigarettes. And eventually I turned to alcohol, which I had been introduced to alcohol before because my auntie, she was a little winemaker of the family. And I was a little wine taster. Okay. I don't know how she figured out if I knew bad wine from good wine, but, hey, it was all good for me. So maybe I was just an alcoholic waiting to happen. I don't know. But when I started drinking the beer and I had found her stash, I drank the wine, and I always liked it. And it progressed from there. I got pregnant.
What did you like about it? Did you like the feeling or you like the taste? What you like the most?
Both. A lot of people, especially children, Grandma used to give us, these little cups of champagne on holidays and stuff. And, of course, alcohol was a cure-all for everything. The hot toddy with the whiskey and the lemon and the rock salt and all that. I was strange because my cousins and stuff, they was like, oh, man, I can't tell Granny I'm sick because she going to make me drink that stuff. I said, well, that's all right. I'll start coughing, and I'll get it, and I can drink it. Okay? I always liked the taste of alcohol, and then the feeling, that warm feeling that it gave me, it kind of took me out of me because I kind of was that child who wanted to be somebody other than who she was. I wanted to be taller. I wanted to be lighter. I wanted to have longer hair. I wanted to be I wanted another family. I just wanted everything. I was never satisfied with what I had. So alcohol just let me, use my little imagination to be who I wanted to be, and I was good with that.
Oh God. So then, so you started drinking at very very early age. So what was high school like? Was it a lot of boys, a lot of partying, a lot of hanging out, and no school?
Absolutely. I was actually raised in Chicago, born in Ohio, raised in Chicago. Inglewood High School was my first high school in Chicago on the South Side, and I was dismissed from that school because I wasn't going. I would literally go in the front door and out the back door. Wow. And then of course, these kids think that the gangs just started. They think it's something new, hip, and popular that just came on the scene. I was in street gangs in Chicago at the age of 12, okay? Wow. So I'm stealing. and I'm getting into all type of trouble. I'm rebelling where I had been a straight A, skipping skipping grades because my grades were so good. Now I'm kicked out of high school, so my mom has to come in. She brings me back to Ohio. Things still didn't get that swell. Now I'm pissed off some more because I don't want to be in Ohio. I want to be where the action is in Chicago,
Right.
So she brings me to this little town where my grandmother stays in Ohio, and I was miserable. I was just totally miserable. And they said water seeks its own level. I found the people who were doing what I was doing, and it was still on. It was still on.
Wow. All right, yo, we talked to Tina Hobson, author of Oh, How He Loves Me, Reflection of God's Love for Me and You. We're going to take a quick break. We got a sponsor. We got to get through the pipeline, and we come back. We're going to talk to I Am a Superwoman 2. And before we take this break, real quick, Tina, why number 2 at the end? Somebody took number 1 from you?
Somebody already had number 1.
Yeah, I think I know who it is too. I know who that is.
Somebody already had. So I still am a superwoman, and so 2 is cool. 2 is cool. Give me something to work for. Yeah, I'll knock number 1 off the box pretty soon.
Yeah, she's a little something else too. I seen her. She's something else. All right, well, hold tight real quick. Let's hear our message from Reese Publishing, Reese World Publishing.
Okay.
Are you an avid reader of urban fiction, looking for drama, suspense, and more? Reese World Publishing is dedicated to bringing the world's best literature to our readers. Urban fiction, erotica, sci-fi, mainstream fiction, and children's literature are just some of the genres produced by our diversified family of authors. You can reach us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and at our website, www.reeseworldpublishing.com.
Oh no, it's never too hard. Oh no, it never is. Never too hard, never too hard. It never is, never too hard. Forever, no. Trust him in his word. Don't let go. He knows, waiting. He knows, anticipating. Don't give up, no matter what. Gotta stand up and be strong. You gotta stand up and hold on. Never too hard, never too hard. Never too hard. For God, trust him in his word. Don't let go. Never too hard, never too hard. Never too hard. For God, trust him in his word. Don't let go.
You are listening to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide Podcast.
All right, you tell him, Robot. That's right, Robot Robert. That's right, you listen to Jerry Royce Live Worldwide with Tina Hobson tonight. Can you feel the power? 21. That's right, y'all. We all about professionalism, perseverance, and prosperity right here on the Power 21 Radio Network. So come join us. If you are a Blog Talk Radio host and you're looking for a home, small home, it's not a lot of us, but we make a lot of noise. We bring something special to the table because we bring you clean talk, clean music, clean radio. That's what we all about. That's right. My dad had a long talk with me, so I had to bring the bad boy. I had to put the bad boy away, Tina. Yeah.
Okay, well, you got to respect Dad. You got to respect Dad. Okay.
But it's all good, though. It's all good. We having fun now, and I understand what his vision was. We got to be a leader. Sometimes you got to be a leader. That's right.
Absolutely.
People watching. All right, well, we got you on the show. This is what it's all about, sharing people's, their vision, their past, their mistakes, their triumphs. That's what we all about, so people know that they got an opportunity to pull themselves up you know, because you're going to fall a couple times. You know, you're going to get scratched up and dinged up, but it's always another way, and it's always God's way. He's there for you. And Tina's here to tell us all about it. So tell us about this book, how He Loves Me. So why that title? I mean, you got about 15 words in there.
How He Loves Me. I when I just started, God gave me this title. I started with the title before I started the book, and it came after the first book that I co-authored, and I hadn't been a serious writer, and that was a lesson that I learned. Never let anyone stifle your dreams or your abilities, because I did try to write when I was a little girl in school, but I think I was way ahead of my time. I understood what I was saying, and I knew it was deep. But people who read it, my teachers, I would take some of my writings to school, and they just didn't get it. So when a person doesn't get it, they'll criticize it. And if you don't know any better, you'll use that criticism will stifle you, and it'll stop your progress. And that's exactly what happened when the first couple of people said they don't understand, it didn't make any sense. I said, well, it must not make any sense, so I didn't write anymore. But after I was chosen to be in the anthology, Secrets to Effortless Fulfillment and Happiness, Success and Beauty, something just welled up in me and said, oh, well, you need to keep doing this. And in Success and Beauty, I was a co-author. I just wrote a chapter, which led me to stretching it into my first solo book, Oh, How He Loves Me, Reflections of God's Love for Me and for You. And like I said, it's never too late to be great. This book was launched on my 62nd birthday. And it instantly became an international bestseller on Amazon and BarnesandNobles.com. So I'm very, very proud of it. Very, very proud of it. And awesome. I thank my publisher, Charlotte Howard, for believing in me in publishing my book and making it happen. So it's been real, real good. But the book is all about me. The book is all about me, my struggles, the fall downs, the getting back up. Is biblically based. Each reflection is a 31-day reflection, and each reflection begins with a biblical scripture. Then the body of the reflection, the body of each chapter, is how my struggles, my life, tied back into that scripture. Okay, how He loves me. First of all, the dedication was to 3 men in my life who loved me unconditionally. My foster father, James Edwards, the late James Edwards, he took me in, and that was during my rebellious years, and I had left home, didn't have anywhere to go. Martha Brown and him took me in and just loved me unconditionally. Just a true man. Wow. One of the other men was my uncle, who I really saw that I didn't appreciate as much as I should have. He was a breadwinner. He was the one who provided for me and my aunt unconditionally. And you know, so today I still reflect on those 2 men in my life. And another awesome man, my stepdad that I really honestly call Dad, he passed away this month, May the 14th.
Oh, wow.
And he was a great influence. He was there through my trials, through my ups, through my downs. When I was delivered, he was the first person who told me how proud he was of me, that I had turned my life around. And he took care of my children. Him and my mom took care of my children. They were always there for me. I can remember one specific time when I was living in Indianapolis, because I tried to run away from me. I thought that geographical changes was going to be a cure, and they never were, because where I went, there I was. Okay, and I believe sometimes I was there before I even got there, because nothing changed. Nothing ever changed. I was still who I was at that time. And my dad, he rescued me. He rescued my children. You know, he rescued them from me. Because without him, no telling where my children would have been.
That's right.
So he stepped in and took the father role, and I'll be forever grateful to him for that. But I can remember I was living in Indianapolis, and I was in this abusive marriage, and this my ex-husband, which my ex-late husband, he was in prison at this time, and he was going off on me on the phone. I said, well, you know what? When you call back, you'll just get a dial tone because I'm not going to be here. And he said, okay, well, I'll call you back when you want to talk like you got some sense. He hung up on me, and I'm paying the phone bill. Okay, crazy. These are the type of people.
Yeah, those are the kind of people entertaining back in the day, huh?
Yeah. And so he didn't know for real that I had called my mom and my dad and told them to come and get me. And they was on their way. Okay. They were on their way to rescue their baby girl, and that's exactly what they did. And unfortunately, I was still using. It took still a few years before deliverance happened. And all I can say is I'm just grateful that it did happen because I don't have to be here. And each reflection in this book talks about that road of desperation, that road of suicide attempts. And no matter what I went through, no matter how low I got, I was so low, I a dime, if I couldn't dangle my legs off of the cot that I ended up living on in the back of this store where I was supposed to work. I had lost home, car, everything, self-respect. I had lost it all. And this book talks about those times when I was at my lowest, but God was at his highest. Okay?
Whoa.
And
my God.
Woo, Lord have mercy.
It sounds like something right here, boy.
He brought me through. Amen. And I'm one blessed lady, believe me.
Yeah, that's powerful.
I am truly blessed.
Well, let's talk a little bit about where you at right now. Now, I'm reading your bio. Of course, we talked a little bit about you, being a social worker. Now, you're also the CEO of Tina's Glory Hair, LLC. So tell us about that, that ownership, entrepreneur.
Okay, Tina's Glory is my brand. Right now, actually, I'm partnering with Pure Remy as my distributor of human hair extensions, wigs, lace fronts, etc. And that's my hair business. I started that in 2013, and it's been good. It's been real good. I believe in beauty. I believe in beauty. What I didn't put in there is I'm also in leadership. I'm a unit leader with Avon products.
Oh yeah,
so
big.
I've been doing that. That's that other company.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, I'm getting ready to hang up. No.
I just wanted to ruffle your feathers. I heard y'all Avon ladies got better personalities. That's all.
We're beautiful. No, I don't have anything against those pink Cadillac ladies. Some of them are my best friends. There's enough beauty that needs to be put out here. There's enough room for everybody. I'm not in competition with anybody. What I've got, I've got. What God has for me, Jerry, it is for me. Okay?
I hear you. Plenty of money out there.
Okay, you just got to go out and get it. You just got to go out and get it.
Let me ask you about, before you move on, let me ask you about Tina's Glory Hair real quick. Now how can people, be part of this? I mean, are you taking investors or how can someone get this in their shop if they're listening to the show right now? Because I do have a buddy who's moving into this business, and he may be interested, How can this work?
Okay, well, Tina's Glory, like I said, is my brand. My distributor is Pure Remy, out of Hollywood, Florida. But when I had when I was with my first distributor, I was given the opportunity to put my own name on the hair, and which is good. And I don't have my own salon. I'm just a private distributor, but I do offer the opportunity for beauty salons, private hairdressers or whatever to also brand their own hair. So that's where I've been doing. I've been selling Tina's Glory for, like I said, almost just about 2 years now. And it's been real, real good for me because everybody likes hair, and hair is, again, biblical. You know, the scripture tells us a woman's hair is her glory, and that's where I got Tina's Glory.
Glory hair. So is that the special? So is that the special spin that you have on it that another woman or CEO of their own hair establishment can have their own brand put on the hair product, so you switch it over?
Absolutely.
Ah, that's like ownership of distribution. So they kind of look like they. I mean, what are you looking at when you do something like that with your customers? I mean, is that impressive? I mean, the customer want their hairstylist's name on their hair, or why you do that?
It's impressive for the customer, but most of all, it's impressive to the beauty salons, that we distribute to. Because, when your customer comes in, the way it works, why send a customer to a beauty supply store, get some hair that they don't know what they're getting? It could be horse hair, sheep hair, who knows? With Tina's Glory and my distributor, Pure Remy, you're getting guaranteed 100% human hair. And then you add your own name to it, then you've got the opportunity to sell the hair in your shop instead of having your customer go out, buy it somewhere else, bring it to you. You might be uncomfortable with using this hair, but if this is what the customer got, this is what you got to use. So why not have your own quality hair? So that's a win-win situation. You got the hair, you're doing the hair, and you're making your customer beautiful. Now,
how about the pricing? How about pricing? Do you see, a difference in pricing when you do it that way? Is it more money putting Tina's name on there or whoever's name on there?
No. Because you're going to get your hair, wholesale, and you can do your own packaging. You can have us do your packaging, whichever way you want to.
Oh, that sounds good. So that sounds fun now. That sounds fun. All right, just one check. Because, I listened to Curry's show, and I know he had a lot of experts on there, and I know they have a blueprint how African-American can take back the hair industry, one step at a time, or one salon at a time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a struggle. It's a struggle because a lot of women, they're looking at being, cost efficiency, but what they don't know is they don't know the quality of hair they're getting. And really, for real, you don't want just anything in your hair. It might look good, but if it's going to rot your hair out or pull your hair out or not last, you can go buy a $20 pack of hair, but you can't use it but once. You get a good quality $70, $80, $90, $100 or more pack of hair, you're going to be able to use that hair over and over and over again, so you're actually saving money.
Oh, wow. So it's like you can shampoo it and swim in it and take care of it just like it's your very own.
You can swim in it, you can press it, you can curl it, you can flat iron it, you can do anything that you do with natural hair.
Wow, that is high quality. All right, Tina, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to a commercial from Merle and Dunn. This is a special couple, Merle and Dunn and her husband, Kevin Dunn. They producing the CD. It's a nice CD, and this is just one of the cuts on the CD. So check it out, everybody. This is one of her very own. This is Merle and Dunn. All right, I think they based out Florida, I believe. All right, here we go. Out on Amazon.
Hi, I am recording artist Marilyn Dunn from St. Louis, Missouri. If you are looking for some soul-stirring, anointed, spiritual, and heartfelt music, visit my website at www.marilyndunnministries.com. Or you can also find me on CD Baby, iTunes, and Reverb Nation. For booking information, contact Mr. Kevin Dunn at 636-856-0551. That's 636-856-0551.
everyone, this is Tanika Gonzalez, spoken word poet. Whenever I'm online, I'm always listening to Jerry Royce Live. You can find Jerry on www.speaker.com. Positive Power 21.
All right, y'all, we talking to Tina Hobson. That's right, she's the Superwoman 2. Trying to take back her name, Superwoman 1. But I think Superwoman 1 is kind of young. I think she's like 20. So anyway,
okay.
You're coming out of Cleveland, Ohio. We was laughing and joking about NFL, everybody. You know, the story about the Baltimore Ravens just packed up and left Cleveland because they wouldn't build them a new stadium. So they came to Baltimore, got 2 trophies. That's right. I got rubbed that in, Tina. But it's all good, though. Just fun.
That's all
Just
good.
sports.
That's all
That's
good.
right.
We
Just
Cleveland
sports.
fans, we are still loyal to our teams. We are a forgiving city. We'll forgive the Baltimore, whatever their names are. We forgave LeBron, and look where we're at now.
That's right.
We're in the
going to
championship.
In the championship.
Yes.
That make up for it. That make up for it right there. I understand.
Oh, yeah.
And also, too, I hear you hung out in Indianapolis for a little bit. Well, you know, that's the team that took our team. That's the city. You know, took our Colts. My father loved the Colts. He still roots for the Colts. Sometimes he gets a little confused between the Colts and the Ravens, but he think about home first. You know, if the Ravens got to play the Colts, he knows that he got to, root for the home team. But it's all good.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's all right. But look, Tina, I forgot to tell you that when we came back after the commercial, that we're going to get your closing thoughts. At the end of our podcast. I hate to end it like this. You know, we had such a good time and enjoy listening to you, reflect on your life, your book, and I'm sure that this is a book that can help somebody because, if you could do it, they could do it. And that sounds like that's the type of book. Yeah, that's the type of book you have written. Awesome for you. Kudos. God's favor.
Thank you.
You getting big favor. So you getting big favor on this one. Huh?
Yeah, they say favor ain't fair, but yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Favor is fair. Those who get it, got it.
Amen. That's right. Good for you. Good for you. All right. Well, go ahead and you can go ahead and take us out. Give us your closing thoughts. Tonight's show.
Well, I'm just happy to have been able to present on your show tonight, Jerry. And for anyone who ever feels that they're alone, there's no hope, there's no more in you to just take that next step, just don't give up. Just don't quit. Your prize is right around the corner. That one next step that you take might be that one that's going to take you to where you want to be. Like I said, it's never too late to be great. And when you really believe that you can do it, don't let anybody, especially yourself, tell you that you can't. Life is too short. Life is too precious to not go for the goal. You might, we bend, but we don't break. We don't break. We just have to keep on moving. And everything is possible with God. And He's always there because He loves you and He loves me.
Amen. And that's coming from 2-time international best-selling author Tina A. Hobson, Toastmasters International officer. Man, that was awesome performance. I got to say performance because that's what it was tonight, a performance. Putting it out there. We was on a big stage. You representing God. He gave you the book on how He loves me. Not how He loves Jerry Royce, but how He loves Tina A. Hobson.
And Jerry Royce.
Yeah. But you the first on the book, because you have on the book how He loves me. You didn't say how He loves Jerry Royce. Reflection of God's love for Jerry Royce and me. You didn't say that.
No, he didn't tell me to write it that way. No.
Yeah, he didn't tell you it right like that. But it's all good. I'm so proud of you, though. And like I said, I heard a couple shows on Blog Talk, and I thought you did an awesome job. All the shows you have done out there. You always left a powerful message, and I know that's your purpose. Your purpose.
That's my goal is to empower the superwoman in you. That's my theme of I Am a Superwoman Radio.
That's right.
And guess what? Right. June is Superman month. I don't dismiss the Superman in my life, okay? June has been designated as Superman month on I Am a Superwoman Radio. I have a whole month lineup of Supermen, so everybody tune in.
Yeah, that's right. We'll make sure they get that information so they can click in. Because I know sometimes it's kind of hard to find people on Blog Talk. So that's why we try to stream some really nice shows. But I think we have you on Curry Hines' show. I think he actually played some of those tapes back a couple of times. So I think we have you.
Yeah, I heard it.
That's right. Good for you. I didn't hear my show yet that I did with Curry. I have to write him on that one. Like, where's my show? Where's me and Tanika at? Tanika George. And I listen to his show a lot. I mean, of course, sometimes I miss it during the week, but I always catch it, at least 2 shows on Friday. So we pretty much run him dinner to midnight now, because his shows are awesome, So that's the Curry Hines, y'all. The Hair Morning Show. You got to check him out. He's a funny guy. Funny guy. Very articulate, very particular. His shows are planned right down to the sack. He does an excellent job. So
he's about his business, that's for sure.
That's right. He prepared. He doesn't wing nothing. He prepares. All right, Tina, I got to ask you, did you feel the power? Can you feel the power?
I felt the power. I felt it. And oh my God, this has been an awesome hour. This has been one spectacular hour. I mean, the energy, you just brought it. And I just have to say, I have to tell my little secret. I got your picture on my Facebook page, so it's like I'm talking to you. Yeah, you right here in front of me, Jerry Royce. Okay, you live worldwide.
You know what's funny? Let me tell you what's funny about these radio shows. I remember this guy said, Jerry Royce, are you fat? Are you a short, fat dude behind the mic? In the interview, because I saw a picture, like I went out there and found a supermodel and stuck it out there, All right, I'm all right. I'm all right. But I'm not a short, fat guy, though. I'm not a short, fat guy behind the mic. Because you know how they say about nice voices. Remember back in the day when they used to have those phones, lonely people call those phone systems up and talk to those girls. And they be sounding all. That's what they be thinking about us radio people like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So why you gonna talk about the radio guy like that? Oh, but it was all good though.
He didn't do his research. You gotta research. All you gotta do is Google. You would have found out what you look like.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Well, you know what it is. Well, look, I appreciate you coming out here and, sharing, putting it all out there on the table, because there's somebody out there hurting right now. Somebody needs some help right now. They probably need to hold your hand right now, Tina. Reach out there in the mic world and hold their hand. Or give them a hug. Give them a mic hug.
I'm touching and agreeing. You can be delivered. And if he did it for me, he could do it for you.
Amen. All right. Yeah. Like I tell y'all all the time, you want to hear the good stuff, you got to listen to Jerry Royce Live on Positive Power 25. What did I say? 25? 21. Let me say that again. You got to listen to Jerry Royce Live on Positive Power 21. That's what happened when I covered up my ears with my mic, with my headphones.
Okay.
Let me start again. Tina, you wore me out tonight, too. All right. Jerry Royce Live worldwide on Positive Power 21.org and Spreaker.com/Positive Power 21. See, Tina, that's what happened. I had to make a video because you was coming on tonight, and I think I had to do 20 takes, and that's probably why I'm tired right now.
that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that video that tape right now.
All right, y'all. Let me get out of here. Remember, y'all, Jerry Royce Live. I'm worldwide. Thank you for tuning in to Jerry Royce Live on Positive Power 21.org and Spreaker.com/Positive Power 21. This is a Royce Enterprises production. And don't forget about replay on Facebook.com/Jerry Royce Live. All right, y'all, don't forget we stream at 11 o'clock Monday through Thursday. Weekends, you got jazz. That's right, with Jam Vibes Radio. Don't forget about our gospel music on Sundays. And don't forget about Minister, Pastor Virginia Singleton coming out of South Carolina preaching the word. And hopefully on Wednesday, she's going to be bringing us some Bible study right here on PositivePower21.org. Take care, everybody. Stay awesome all week long.